What if you became the guy every woman notices? What if you walked into a room and every woman's head turned not because you're a movie star, but because you've cracked the code to being that guy, the one who's magnetic, confident, and impossible to ignore without trying too hard? Is it possible to transform into the man who effortlessly catches every eye? Or is that just a fantasy sold by cologne ads? Let's dive into this mystery and see if you can become the guy every woman notices. No cape required. Here's a bold theory. Maybe it's not about looks or money, but a secret formula of vibe, charm, and intention. Like, what if you're already 90% there, but a few tweaks could flip a switch, turning you into a human magnet? Imagine women noticing you not because you're shouting for attention, but because you're radiating something they can't ignore. Sounds like a superpower, right? Let's break it down with a mix of science, psychology, and a sprinkle of swagger to see how it works. First, confidence is your foundation, non-negotiable. It's not about being loud or cocky. It's about owning who you are. Studies show that confident body language, like standing tall, keeping your shoulders back, and moving with purpose, makes people 60% more likely to perceive you as attractive. Walk into a coffee shop like you belong there, not like you're sneaking in. Smile, but not a creepy grin, a warm, I'm good with life smirk. Women pick up on this instantly. It's like a signal that says, I'm worth knowing. Practice this in the mirror if you have two nobodies judging. Next, master the art of presence. Ever notice how some guys seem to listen in a way that makes you feel like the only person in the room? That's not an accident. When you're talking to a woman, ditch the phone, maintain eye contact, and actually hear what she's saying. A 2019 study found that active listening increases perceived charisma by 40%. Ask questions that show you're curious about her, not just waiting for your turn to talk. Say she mentions loving seafood, just nod. Ask, okay, Star Wars or Star Trek, and why? It's not rocket science. It's showing you give a damn. Now let's talk style, not fashion, but your style. You don't need a designer wardrobe, but clothes that fit well and reflect your personality scream confidence. A 2020 survey showed 78% of women notice a guy's grooming first clean shoes, neat hair, and a scent that doesn't knock them out. Find a look that's you, whether it's sharp, casual, or rugged flannel, and own it. And here's a pro tip. A well-timed accessory like a cool watch or quirky socks can be a conversation starter. It's like planting a flag that says, I'm interesting. Another secret, humor, but with a twist. Everyone loves a funny guy, but the real magic is self-deprecation done right. Make a light joke about yourself like, I'm great at cooking, but my smoke alarm begs to differ, and you show humility and wit. Women love a guy who's secure enough to laugh at himself without fishing for pity. A 2022 study found that humor increases perceived attractiveness by 50%, especially when it's clever and not mean-spirited. Skip the crude jokes, aim for charm. Finally, be a man with purpose. You don't need to be Elon Musk. But having something you're passionate about, whether it's music, hiking, or fixing old cars, makes you magnetic. Passion is contagious. It shows you've got depth. Share it naturally, not like you're pitching a TED Talk. If she sees you light up talking about restoring a vintage bike, she's not just noticing you, she's remembering you. So, can you become the guy every woman notices? Hell yes. It's not about changing who you are, but amplifying what's already there. Stand tall, listen hard, dress sharp, crack a smile, and chase what sets your soul on fire. Next time you're out, don't just blend in. Be the guy who walks in and shifts the room's gravity. You're not just noticeable. You're unforgettable. Now go out there and make jaws drop subtly, of course.